Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Stellaris, Star Trek New Horizons. Let's go ahead, unpause the game, and continue with what it is we're doing, which is basically building up the Federation, building up United Earth. Now, apparently, this Federation, forming the Federation event, should have fired off with just the three of us here in a coalition. It's a shame you guys are protectorates. And it hasn't. So the mod creators are, as I record this, I would imagine, taking a look at my save file to try and figure out just what exactly is going on. So that's good. We can get some investigation going into that. But I was looking around and I'm thinking, well, maybe, just maybe, we need the Tellarians in, or we need the Benzites in. We just need one more in, and we're not really in a good position to get one more in. So we can sit back and hope that the Romulan Star Empire pushes against the Bolians, which they should do, because that's the Romulan style of things, which then one would hope they would go to war, obviously, with the Benzites as well. But if the Romulans took the Bolian League over completely, then the Benzites would be left without a coalition, and then we could step in. What we could also do, with the Tellarite technocracy entering into a migration treaty with the Andorian Empire, I was contemplating what we could do is disassemble this little coalition going on over here. So the Tellarites and the Denobulans are together. Now, we could try to declare war on the Tellarites, to make them, I don't know, because we can't disassemble a coalition, which, let's be honest, that would probably be a good war causae belli, or war reason, which I guess is exactly what causae belli is if you speak Latin, for Stellaris in general. I would love to see a dismantle Federation reason for war. Regardless, I'm getting sidetracked. What we can do is we could declare war on the Denobulans, and we could, where are they? Iota Bootis. So we take Iota Bootis and we liberate it. The Vulcans and the Andorians will vote yes, and I have a feeling we'd be able to fight these guys back. Not humanity by any stretch of the imagination, but we got the Andorian empires who are relative to us, maybe not, and the Vulcans who are superior to us. So maybe we could, with Vulcan assistance. Because I figure if we liberate the Denobulans, right, then they'll go from being Federation builders to Federation builders, but that should dismantle the the Federation they've got. Anyway, I think, that's enough getting in the headspace of me, taking a look at things we should probably just build up ourselves. So we've got the naval capacity. We might as well get an Enterprise-class destroyer. We got no other starport modules to worry about there, so we don't necessarily need to worry about slapping in a second phaser module on those guys. 14, so 26, 36, 40. So we could get one more Corvette as well, and you know what? Why not? We've got the credits we got the credits to do it. Apparently, the Denobulans have taken exception to the Cardassians. I would imagine the Tellarites are also getting involved in that. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, with this war against the Cardassian Union, we'll be in a situation where we can, sort of snipe off, I guess, the Tellarians, or the Tellarites, into our coalition, provided the Cardassians don't take everything. So I don't know. We'll see. As it stands, we should probably just kind of focus on building up our colonies at this stage in the game. How's Mars looking when it comes to things like food? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So that's fine, but we're definitely going to need another farm to get the last thing going there. How's food doing here? 3, 2, 1. We'll clear that. That seems like a good idea, and we can even move that guy over. Springboard.
Station complete.
We're going to be... Actually, we're looking pretty ready to do quite a lot of scientific expansion here. But I guess, more than anything, we should be concerned with energy. So let's do that. There we go, because that's not going to change the food. The food's also going to be an issue on this planet. I guess once we get enough people there, it won't necessarily matter, because we'll get that upgraded, which will be good. Let's take a look, because it looks like all of our fleets are done. And there we go, we got a proper... Oh, that's 2! I guess, yeah, we did build the Rio de Janeiro last time, didn't we? So now we got the Rio de Janeiro and the Liverpool, along with the Lion, the Mongoose, and the Williscus. So, that's good. You know, we got a nice... Oh, and, of course, the Wulong. Cannot forget the Wulong. So we're sitting pretty good there. You know, our fleet has come around a little bit. Is there anything out here we want to read? Not that. Is there anything out here, maybe? I guess we could kind of push to see if we could meet the Klingons. Right? Or the... Maybe, yeah, maybe we should go over to the Ferengi instead. So we'll hit up... Well, let's hit up this. And just really push our sights westward. We could also... because these guys aren't in any sort of coalition. We could... liberate, quote-unquote, these guys. Because none of us necessarily want to get vassals or anything. But if we liberate these guys, then we might be able to bring them into the coalition. They are pathetic. They are wary. They don't like us all that much. You know what? I mean, we're not the United Federation of Planets yet. But I say we do it. We should... Our fleet should be more than strong enough to take care of them. We should have more than enough military, considering we don't need a gigantic garrison on Mars. So let's do it. Let's see if we can actually do a little bit of regime change here and get started on, you know, getting the galaxy to be what it is we want it to be. So yeah, confirm that. I love the fact that even though I'm not the leader of the Federation, I can still suggest a war to go to. Now, my science ship here may be in a little bit of a dangerous position. Have we got the proper combat-ready warp drive? So this is great. With the lack of warp cooldown, as I get slightly distracted from watching my science ship stay safe, I'm sure it'll have no problems by the time we get up there. There will be plenty, well, our ships will be able to keep these guys entertained and not going after the Grinsel, which would be good. We don't want it to go after the Grinsel. Let's kick this up to speed 2 and at least get closer in to the Azadi system.
Research complete.
Betherian plant level 1. Why not? Let's go with the spatial torpedoes level 2. Seems like a good idea. And so we'll land here and then instantly we're moving on. There's no warp cooldown. It's perfect. I loves it. But the warp cooldown does suck. But now, oh no. Now it doesn't. Because it doesn't exist. It's perfect. Okay. What we can also do is get our army embarked. And do we have a general kicking around on Earth? We don't. But I mean, you know what? We might as well embark these guys as well. And we might as well tell them to go meet up in Zebutus. Well, you can just head in there, really. And get yourself ready to do what it is that you do. What do we got? Physics research needs done. We'll go with Power Hub level 1. Everything's the same. A field emitter might not be a bad idea. Energy storage capacity and observatory. All of those are good. But power hub? Yes, please, because we are hemorrhaging power. I blame our ridiculous fleet size. But that's just me. Can we coax this little corvette out to fight with their plasma cannons? without having to engage the space station, which we are nowhere near strong enough to attack. Which makes me wonder, are my friends coming? No. No, not in the slightest. Well, in command of the First Fleet, Admiral Ira has learned to carefully nurse her supplies to significantly reduce supply consumption. Come on, guys. Can I tell you to... Oh, yeah. Take point. Encourage. Come on, guys. We got some Vulcan ships coming in. We got some Andorian ships coming in. There we go. Now we got this going. So the rest of the fleet, I knew there was a way to get, you know, allies to follow you or not. While we're waiting, like, we can just admire these beautiful models. The mod crew have done a very good job on the NX class ship, if I do say so myself. You guys getting close? I mean, really, at this stage, if my transport ships are beating you guys, you should feel ashamed. And I'd also like to, you know, share the technology of better warp drives with my Federation friends. Unfortunately, it's not happening today. Still, you know, things could be worse. We're actually, other than hemorrhaging energy credits, we're actually in a fairly good position, if I do say so myself. And then hopefully these guys, you know, with the proper regime change, which, to be honest, definitely needed to happen. Okay, you guys, you see, now if you had the fancy warp drives I have, this wouldn't be an issue. So that'll put us, that should put us strong enough to attack the fleet. We'll see if the Vulcan ships come in. The Andorian ships, those are good looking ships too. They kind of remind me of the Dreadnought from Star Wars. In the extended universe, and, like, you know. Okay, so, but the Vulcans aren't coming? Whatever. You can be a wet blanket, Vulcans. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. I'm feeling confident in my ship designs compared to those things. See, the Mongoose is not looking well. But of course, their Tvorjik isn't looking all that well either. And the spaceport is taking damage as well, which is nice. Their Corvette's gone, and the Mongoose is still alive and breathing. You can see our two Enterprise destroyers just sitting out of the fight. Well, we're hacking down this starbase. I might as well bring in the transports. We got 4 pops on Alpha Centauri who want to be liberated. You effing kidding me? That seems silly, doesn't it? It looks like the Andorians have lost one of their ships. Can't say I'm that disappointed that the losses are going to their side, or their ships. But I mean, we're all part of the same coalition. We're all working together to make Galaxy a better place. Let's take our construction ship. Is there anywhere else we can start building some mining stations? Not particularly. So then we have to ask ourselves, with our 184 influence coming in at a monthly gain of 3.2, I think we could probably afford to throw down a frontier outpost or two. Maybe up here to secure all of this. Granted, like, we could throw down a colony on these two systems and have that totally fine. While we, maybe set down a frontier outpost in Mu Cassiopeia here. I don't know. I'd probably feel like 70 Ofiuki here might be the best location, because I really would like to get access to this. And I'm not necessarily in a good credit place to build another colony, but I feel like we could probably, because you're not, yeah, we'll just let that come in. Why are you moving? All of the humans have left this planet. It's ridiculous. No wonder they want freedom. People just keep leaving. Alright, well, that was certainly not easy. But anyway, it wasn't difficult either. It was just time-consuming, basically. But we're going to be getting the regime change done there. We're going to be getting our frontier outpost built out here so we can start at least getting those mining stations built.
Incoming transmission.
What do we got? The human people should not be prisoners in the United Earth, and neither should our own people. It's the Thundercats. We'll agree to it. Way down here. Yeah, I bet you guys want out. That's not a surprise. We got some Gimel aliens we'll look into at some point. I guess we could take a look as I fiddle around with my headset. Those tile blockers, it's probably a good idea to get those tile blockers done. But at this stage, we might as well research. Yeah, no, I think we'll leave it. Should we? Yeah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. We don't need to research. Well, I mean, these are the Gimel aliens right here. We can check it out. They're going to be some kind of interstellar species with space stations and things. So I'm going to bet potentially the Ferengi. That's who I'm betting on. How's this looking? We've almost got the fortifications bombed down, and it's taken far less time than it did to bomb down. I guess technically we could say we were bombing that space station, but oh, well, the Andorians left. They've had enough of the combat that we were facing. Well, but where is that non-functioning building? Is that it there? That's fine. People are going to grow into it. I guess we could put the Denobulan up there. I don't know. We'll leave it. We're not going to leave it for now. We'll do that. That seems far smarter. We have Trills on the planet too? My God. Earth is just getting more multi-species. All these people are enslaved. Man, these guys need regime change. They're enslaving their own people. And like, it's not good. What's this? Little freaking insectoid slaves? It's not gonna be a good thing. My word, these all have different. Oh man, like if you could get the Zindi to work, you've got like 3 or 4 different habitable planets, like 100% habitable planets right off the bat. It's not bad at all. Let's get the Deburnium hull plating. As much as I would love to get the photonic torpedoes, let's get the photonic torpedoes, because that just sounds better. We're ready? Let's attack. We shouldn't need a general for this assault. This should go fairly swimmingly. Or smoothly. Probably smoothly is a better way to put that. But that will bomb everyone down. Kill off the slavers. Oops. Nope, there we go. Beautiful. We admit defeat, but do not think this is anything more than a temporary setback. I think it is far more than a temporary setback. I think you guys are now gonna be joining us in the gloriousness that is the Federation. Let's split this in half. And so now we can send half of our army back to Earth, which is probably a good idea. Because we do have some ne'er-do-wellers on Alpha Centauri 7. We'll send the other half of the army over there. I don't think Mars is going to be revolting anytime soon. So that's good news there. We got our construction ship slowly building the frontier outpost, and we can tell our fleet to come on back home. We can also say, you know what, don't follow us. We don't need to worry about that now. And hopefully, you know, it's like, these guys, why not? Yeah, now we're doing just fine. Communications established with the Ferengi on Ferengidar. Greetings, I speak for Grand Nagus Skewell and the wealthy elite of the Ferengi Alliance. Our citizens greet you in peace, Ferengi. What I want to do is I want to bring you in. So we could demand vassalization, but that's not going to help us. I want to invite these guys into the coalition, but currently the Vulcan High Command thinks that's a bad idea. So if we offer these guys association status, then eventually people will grow up to view the Xindi now not as some sort of interstellar slaving species of horrible people, but instead as potential allies, which is exactly what we're looking for. Yeah, okay, good. Right, because they're in then? Yes, perfect. Okay, so I think that means they can't really, like, go off and form their own coalition, which is exactly what we don't want them to do. Yes, so now we just have to get the Xindi and the Vulcans to like each other, and time should... I swear it was a good idea. Absolutely 100% a good idea. Maybe I should have vassalized them instead of just hoping against hope that they could have stayed as allies. So, lesson learned. Maybe we'll have to do that with the Denobulans, is just go over there and conquer them. That could be the only real route to the Federation. Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? Or if the... Well, no, because now if the Bolians get taken out, those guys will probably get taken out by the Romulans as well. And then we're stuck dealing with a much, much larger Romulan empire than I think I would like to deal with. Which sucks, but what can you do? What can you do? There's nothing you can do. We just gotta roll with it. We gotta roll with the punches. I mean, we might as well clear off the last two tiles here. Right? I mean, that's... We need energy like freaking crazy balls. I need to stop being lazy on that. FTL speed 25%. Hydroponic farm 2. Hydroponic farm 2, that might be a good idea. But let's go for the biolab 1. Even though that's going to be a pretty darn big energy sink if we start throwing down biolabs everywhere. Hey, History Nerd, upgrade this. No, you fool. We're almost done Power Hub research. I mean, you know, it's a year and a half away, but no, I'd rather just build more power stations on Earth with, you know, people who might be far more receptive to having new things built where they're at. How's our food looking? Our food... So theoretically, we could take... are the Trill farmers? No, the Trill aren't anything. Stellarians are natural physicists, eh? But so are you? Yes, okay. Well then. Damn Stellarians throwing a monkey wrench in our plans. Yeah, let's do this.
Station complete.
Just to help out. And with that done, we can also pause time here. We got some stuff to do. Let's do a survey of the Colan system, because that seems like a very good idea to do that. And then let's go through our new lands. And well, I do definitely want to make sure we can get those mining stations up. First and foremost, I've got a concern about our energy needs. So let's go through and make sure we can get all of these energy resources here utilized properly. And that's it. It felt like there was a lot more energy here than it certainly appears upon closer inspection. I still think that's the best spot for our frontier outpost. The human people should not be prisoners. Sure, let's just open up our borders. At this stage, F it, who cares? We're gonna roll with it. 'Cause we have to. You're a protectorate. You are a vassal. You're there. Yeah. Yeah, this is proven to be a little more tricky than I feel like it should be. But that's fine. We can bounce back from this. I do feel like maybe all of my migration treaties might be, you know, shooting us in the foot a little bit harder than I would have otherwise liked. Just because everybody leaves. Why? We've got such a nice... Where are you going? You're going to Autus, which I'm guessing is one of these new places. Perhaps not Boliax, but maybe over here. Tours, Flonus, maybe over here? I don't know why anybody... Yeah, there we go. I don't know why you guys want to start moving to a freaking desert planet. It's ridiculous. That Andorian is going to be incredibly disappointed. I decided to travel the stars and left the icy cold homeworld of the Andorian people to go to the continental warm world of Earth, and then from there to the desert planet in, you know, of Autus. It's weird. You've got weird migration senses. You can go there. Why do you have a -5 happiness modifier? What's going on? Terror bombing? That'll go away. We didn't mean to terror bomb. It's not my fault. Perfect excuse, right? Xenophobia. The migration. Oh, but you're... What a dick. Those pops are dicks. What do we got going on Springboard? Why are you people starving? That's why. And we have no other food sources, which could play into it. So let's build a farm here. And, like, that planet filled up far too quickly for my liking. So I'm not going to clear any more tiles on that. Not yet. Yeah, Springboard just got, like, bombed like mad with people. Slowly grow, but where are you going? Sigma Draconis, of course. That makes sense. The Temerian Unity and Noscan tribes at war with each other. Well, if you two go to war with each other and, you know, you get destroyed, yoink, we can get them on our side, which would be lovely. Alright, we got that surveyed out. What have we got here? The Ferengi Alliance has at least one frontier outpost in that system. That's fine. Let's head down to
Enemy vessels detected.
Capra there.
Spatial rift detected.
See what's going on. These strange objects have been flagged as the Klingon Empire. There we go. So, we got the Klingons now. Let's go talk to them. My god. That's them saying hello. Relative power is superior. Obviously, these guys are unfriendly and they're going to close their effing borders to us.
Salvage everywhere.
You'd like to join the Grand Compact? Welcome aboard, Ferengi. I'm fairly confident everybody will be down with that, because we're going to vote yes, and everybody else should vote yes, too. We got the power hub done. That's great. We will grab... shields. Shields are a good thing to grab. We can replace you with that, which is going to be nice. We can do nothing of the sort here yet. I mean, we could build a power hub. And I suppose it's probably a very good idea to do that. I'm just concerned at this stage that, you know, everybody's going to leave. Do we need necessarily a power hub on Mars? Survey says yes. Fortunately, we've upgraded that, but we'll eat the cost there. That's fine. And then Springboard will absolutely get one, because this is going to be energy capital numero uno. Come on, Andorians, you know these guys are strong. This is going to be good. All right, so we got the Ferengi in our coalition now, which is absolutely great. These guys have a very strong fleet, so that's great. Not to mention, when and if the Federation event does fire, you know, we'll have some pretty hideous borders. But that's fine. We'll work through this. We'll work through that. We'll work through these guys. Obviously working towards the Cardassians and the Romulans, respectively. And then hopefully, you know, the Klingons can get eaten by the Borg. Our interstellar alliance has caught the public imagination. No longer is Earth an isolated backwater on the galactic stage, but a central component in a powerful block of shared values and interests. Fairly certain our regime change war with the Xindi played into that. This coalition of planets protects us. There are many who wish for further integration to better secure ourselves against hostile neighbors. Politicians on all 4 worlds have signaled a desire to start this process. All that is needed is one leader to step forth and make the proposal. You know what? Geographically, we're in the center here, right? The Vulcans are to the south, the Andorians are to the east, the Ferengi are way out in the west. We're right in the center. Obviously, it's going to be us who have to push for this, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Unity is in Earth's interests. Let's get this ball rolling.
Research complete.
All right, we got our photon torpedoes, so that's good. You know, we'll get this cheap armor done.
Enemy
Next.
vessels detected.
All right, I won't talk over. Well, I will talk over the Federation anthem. But, you know, just get a little flavor for it. The delegates have all assembled in the Grand Chamber on Earth. Billions of people from each of the Coalition homeworlds watch from their homes or on enormous public displays. It's Federation Day. Prime Minister Guillermo Torres steps forward. Allied counterparts in tow. Dozens of lights from the audience flash, and the roar of the crowd subside until the entire hall is blanketed in silence. The leaders gather round a large book on the central podium and in turn mark their names. Today is an historic day, Prime Minister Torres says to the gathered masses. Today is the day our many races are joined together in peace and in the spirit of exploration and progress. Today marks the birth of a federation, the United Federation of Planets. And with that, the applause thundered. We will worry about the Harmony aliens and the Sheliak corporate and the Breen Confederacy at a later date. Every 2 years, the Federation Council will sit in session and offer a number of options to the player. Adding new members to the Federation is achieved in the Council interface. I don't know, we don't need interface, huh? Candidates will be selected from those that join a coalition with the Federation. So, what we need to do then, let's pause the game when we understand what exactly is going on. We are a mega federation, right? I mean, we are a federation now, not a coalition. So for us to grab other people into our alliance, we need to join a coalition. So we could ask to join the Bolian League and the Benzites in their whatever axis. I think it's some kind of axis. Whatever it is, we can join their coalition, and then through those Federation events, see if they want to join. We could do that with the Talarians and the Denobulans and whatever, what have you. My word, the Ferengi Alliance. There's some other things going on here that I will explain in a moment. First, I need to hydrate, so I will be back in a second. See you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. So, let's go over some of the things that have changed now. So, first things first, you can take a look, and we are initially short of energy credits. Well, that's fine. We got a metric butt ton more planets. We're going to need to check out and you know, just generally sort through our new empire. That's fine. We can deal with all of that. Sorry, I'm just positioning things on my desk. I should have done that before I started recording. Shame on me. Our minerals, they're doing fine. Our influence now, because we have formed the Federation, we're going to be getting negative 2.5 influence per month for a while. 3,648 days. So this is what I meant by, like, we're going to need to be careful of the way we use our outposts. And if we take a look at things, obviously, you know, we got the Federation outposts, or the Frontier outposts at -3. So, theoretically, are we losing we are gaining, yeah, we're losing 0.8 influence a turn. So, what we need to do first and foremost is get rid of at least one, well, we can probably do with just getting rid of one Frontier outpost. And where do we want to do it? I think the place we'll lose out least of all is going to be here. So, well, I can understand that the Andorians may enjoy having this little section of space. I think we're going to have to do without it. So we'll disband that Frontier outpost. And, I mean, yeah, okay. So now you guys may be looking at this and saying, WTF, what, like, this doesn't make sense. Certainly with this being the Andorian Empire's Federation member world, the border should be out here and all this. Not really. If you take a look at our planet list here, right, you can see we have Earth, Alpha Centauri, Mars, Springboard, fine. Then we got Pajem, Bakir, and New Ferenginar. But where's Vulcan? Where's old Ferenginar? Where's whatever the Andorians call their home planet? Andoria. Why was that difficult to remember? All these questions will be answered in mere moments. The capital systems of the Federation members stay independent. So I don't have control over Andoria. I can't raise armies. I can't build anything on it. It's a completely independent system. They're allied to me. They're vassals of me. They're a subject world under the United Federation of Planets. Speaking of, I want to make sure United Federation of Planets, good, we are named properly. So, those capital systems stay independent. And as you can see, they get no border. They become basically what the Denobulans are. Little minor races for the Federation. Like, they're the same colors, but they're independent. All the other colonies, all the other former colonies of these planets, so you can see here, we got Pajem. Pajem is definitely, you know, was a... Why am I looking at that? That's getting lost and confused here. Pajem's a Vulcan colony. Well, now it's a Federation colony. New Ferenginar over here, I think. You know, was a Ferengi colony. It's now a Federation colony. Lovely. Okay, so that's got that covered. The capital worlds, they stay independent, and they can't really do anything. It's more of just a measure to keep them independent, because I mean, like, if you take a look at the Star Trek lore, they weren't, like, the Vulcan homeworld wasn't necessarily annexed by the United Federation of Planets, nor was Earth. They all just kind of worked together, but there was still levels of independence. Whatever. It's what the mod designers have chosen to do with the game, and that's absolutely 100% fine. Another thing you will notice, however, is perhaps not an Axar with the tropical, but we've got a whole heck of a lot more colonial options now, right? So, like, any of the Class P planets, so these frozen things here, those will be fine to colonize, because we've got Andorians, we've got Vulcans, so we can go on desert planets, we got Ferengis, so we can go on tropical planets, I think. Well, that's a Gaia planet, so freaking everybody get over there. But I think the Ferengi are tropical planets, so we can, you know, we've now got ourselves into a nice situation where we've got far more colonial options. Now, obviously, our influence is going to play into limiting colonial ways. We can very easily grab these systems up here for what, like 30? So for the influence we have now, we could colonize all 4 of these planets. and be totally absolutely fine to get rid of that frontier outpost. It wouldn't hurt us all that much, other than the fact that we'd have to build 4 colonies all at the same time, which seems a little ridiculous. Probably not going to wind up doing that. We'll go for a slower growth, but certainly we can go for slower growth within our borders. And also, we can look to joining in other alliances as well, which is something we should probably decide on before we continue. And really, we've got 2 options. We've got the Benzite Bolian star axis, or we got the Denobulan Tellarite. What are you? The Denobulan Tellarite, whatever it is. Now, these guys are at war with the Cardassian Union, so if we decide to go in here and ask for association status, I mean, we'd get that no problem. We wouldn't get drug into the war, thankfully, because we're not ready to fight a war yet. But I have a feeling joining this coalition is going to be a better bet, because then with the Federation, we're going to have options to bring in the Benzites and the Bolians into the Federation fully. And it's going to be the same thing. So if we bring in the Benzites, we'll have instant issues with the Romulans, because we will gain Zeta Virginis here. Virginius? Zeta Virginius here. And I'm sure the Romulans won't appreciate that. Of course, if we get the Bolians instead, obviously, Bolaris here would remain independent, but we get those 2 colonies, and again, the Romulan Empire wouldn't be all that keen. I don't know if we can do anything while these guys are at war, but we can... They must be at peace. Okay, so I think it makes more sense to join these guys. 1.4 influence each month. Can we afford that? No. No, we cannot. Because that frontier outpost was only worth half? Oh, damn. Okay. I don't want to lose too much. Maybe we will. But all the energy things that we're building there. We don't need this frontier outpost. Almost for certain, we don't. Right? Like, if we speed up time, our borders, we can fix that by getting an Axar there. The galaxy presents enough. No! Beta Z jerks. It's going to take a while for us to forget what you guys did during the Martian Revolution. So, I mean, I guess obviously this at Axanar here should be our first colony, just so we can join up the Vulcans and the rest, well, the Vulcans and the humans, and the Andorians, I guess. Whatever it is, we are not ready to join up with that coalition yet. Damn it. Okay. That's fine. We'll unpause, because we got, and I'm going to slow this down, because we got some stuff to take care of here. So we've got no governors on any of these planets, I don't think. So first things first, we should probably fix that. 3, my god, how that works. We might as well try and save as much money as we possibly can. So, Purium here, Valdrig Den Puri, that is quite the name. We'll put you in Pajem. I'm sure the Vulcans won't mind being ruled by a human. What else we got?
Station.
Well, now we should probably take a look at Bakir here and see. We do have quite a lot of things we could do to clear out. So let's get a tile blocking clearer. And maybe I like how the different races are now in Federation uniform. I like that. Unfortunately, we don't have any Vulcans to put in charge here. So instead, we will put an Andorian in, and I'm sure the Vulcans won't mind. So we'll get Peli in there, and then in New Ferenginar, we will get ourselves... Again, let's take a look at the planet, see what we're dealing with here. Already cleared. It's a Gaia world that's naturally beautiful and is glorious and wonderful. So let's get someone who will make that a wonderful place to live. And I think we'll go with the very young Olga Kormarov here. She's got the lifespan boost. So she'll make sure that it's a nice place for a good long while. Lovely. So now that we got that taken care of, we know Springboard is going to get itself sorted with food at some point here. So we can, in fact, you know what? Let's cancel that because that's just a crappy hydroponic farm. And then we'll put in a proper hydroponic farm there. So we got Springboard taken care of. That should help with the food. Now, Pakir is also starving, which is not good. Thanks, Vulcans, for doing that. Well, it should be a relatively easy fix, right? We've got a farm going there, and we might as well clear that tile and then move a Vulcan over there so they can become a farmer as well. So that'll be fine. Pajem, how are you doing? You got +2 food, and you have got a planet chock full of society research here. We know we need, well, we don't necessarily need all that much power anymore. So we got space for what? We might as well get one more tile blocker cleared there. And then on New Ferenginar, I don't know what we're going to do here. I'd like to replace one of you with a mineral processing facility because I do believe, do you have enough minerals here for me to do that? Honestly, it doesn't really look like it. I would love for that Frontier Clinic. Can I build those? Do I have the technology to build those yet? I don't. I like having the Frontier Clinics with the adjacency bonus, so we might move that. But in the meantime, we will need more food because this planet is going to be growing. So let's get a hydroponics farm built there. So that'll get that sorted. And thankfully, our core planet limit is kind of high. We got 7. Now, I don't necessarily want to control 7. I'm not much of a micromanager. In fact, I'm kind of toying with the idea of just having Earth under my control and then sectoring off everything else. Because if we get into a roleplay situation here, like we've got a base of 5 and a moral democracy gives you +2, which, I mean, I can see where the thought process there is. It's like, hey, you know, you're a democracy. Torres got reelected. That's lovely. The Star Axis does not only cooperate with its members, we'd like to extend an association status. Oh, do I want... That's going to lead to me spending influence I don't have eventually. We're going to decline that very generous offer for now and focus on building ourselves up because, you know, we need to do that. But yeah, I would like to sector off more colonies because, like, as I was saying, a base of 5 and a moral democracy of 2. If you ask me, if you're a moral democracy, I think that should lower your core sector planet limit because you, like, that to me just seems like, oh, but yes, I do, but I can't afford it. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say no.
Research complete.
What do we got going on here? We'll get the beryllium alloy going, and we might as well get mining network 3. Looks like all of our... What do we got? Who are you allied with, Trill? Oh, with the Caitians and the Temerians. No thank you. I like how everybody wants us to join them. Anyway. My god, observation post. We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, it feels to me like a democracy should have less because you'd be in a more decentralized governmental form where you would sort of more approve of each planet taking care of its own affairs. Legislators from across the United Federations of Planets, from Vulcan to Ferenginar, have converged on Earth for the biannual Federation Council agenda session. Prime Minister Torres opens the session, welcoming the gathered council members, before passing the floor to Grand Nagus Lumbadora of Ferenginar. Several hours of policy debate ensue, leaving Prime Minister Torres to ponder his recommendation for the next 2 years. We could go for a expanded diplomatic outreach to neighboring worlds. No doubt, you know, bringing the usual crews in better diplomatic fate. We could react to a galactic conflict, set a Federation-wide research focus. I think we're going to react to a Federation conflict. And I would like to look into the Denobulan-Cardassian Union War. The Denobulan-Unity Cardassian Union War has drawn the particular attention of a number of council members, with the Starfleet dossier detailing the origins of the conflict, the casualties so far, and the predicted outcome. Prime Minister Torres is presented with a number of options. Condemn the Denobulan Unity, condemn the Cardassian Union, or condemn them both. I think we'll go for a condemnation of the Cardassian Union, obviously. I got us some influence, which I'm not complaining about. We can certainly use some more influence, without a doubt. While things are ticking, we should probably look to getting our first true Federation colony going, and I think Axanar here is going to be the best bet. No, thank you though. I really do appreciate it. So we got to look and see where we can snag someone who is going to want to live here. Now, it's green, so I know we've got to have an 80% on one of our systems. Certainly not the Andorians. That would just be rude. And if I can't find ourselves, what was that, springboard? Let's look at the gem. Obviously, the Vulcans aren't going to be keen on that. I don't think any Vulcan is going to be too keen on that. There we go. We can bring the Ferengi down. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely nothing. And when it comes to plopping down the capital for this planet, I think here is going to be the best bet. So let's slap that sucker down. And we are obviously going to call this planet XNR. There we go. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not too big into the Trek Extended Universe, so apologies if I'm mispronouncing things. With that done, we can start looking at maybe getting some, I'm thinking, research stations going in this sector of space here. So let's get a research station. Let's get some research stations. Let's get some research stations. And that should cover us for now. We got more than enough energy, so let's grab those research stations as well. Alright, so we've got the Ferengi moving into Epsilon Iridani, or Axanar, as is more commonly known. We might as well, honestly, we should probably survey the systems that, you know, we have now, so let's do that. Do we need? Yeah, we do. No, I appreciate it. I really do. And if the situation were any different, you know, we would be not even contemplating this conversation. We'll swap that around so the food doesn't leave. But at this stage in the game, we're just not in a good position to not focus on food production on Springboard, to be honest. Yeah, you're going to someplace else. No doubt you'll wind up dead in a Romulan attack, but hey, that'll just bring more of the Federation on side. Yeah, but no, because that's just going to lead to more problems. Although certainly the condemnation of the Cardassian Union, who absolutely hate us now.
Station.
Despite the fact that we did save their crew. But they don't take kindly to the insults we sent their way with the condemnation of the war that they're fighting, so that's fine. I think I will have to bring our science ship back, because we got quite a few things we haven't researched or surveyed properly. I thought we had Buddhist. I swear we had Z Buddhist, Gillespie 1 and Wolf 359 all surveyed. Perhaps I'm misremembering. Yeah, so that's just rivalries. The colony ship should be coming along at some point. I guess it finished its surface construction, which was all the food we're doing. So that's fine. This will grow nicely. And what we will also do is replace that with a power hub. Yes, please. There we go. So unfortunately, the power hub does cost influence, but it does make sense to build. So we're getting 0.17 influence a month, My god. Maybe we should nuke all of our frontier outposts. Certainly, we could look to nuking the one here on the Nausicaan border. Because I don't think we'd necessarily need to push that out. And I think the colony of Pajem would keep Tau 1 Iridani here in our border. I'm not entirely sure that it will, though. So I don't know. Maybe not. Scope out our colonies. You are still not producing enough food. But now you will be. So we'll get that done. Pajem. Slowly going to be growing. That's fine. We can actually build a farm. We don't have planetary administration? Oh, because this is a monastery. Right, so we would have to replace that with a ship hull and lose out on 5 society research? But we can make up for that with research institutions here. Okay, so we're going to replace that with a reassembled ship shelter. And then we'll have enough to upgrade. Okay, good, good, good. Springboard has finished its surface construction. So does that mean you guys don't have a food crisis? Kind of. Although with the next person who grows, you will. So we need yet another farm on this planet, and I think we'll put it here. Energy isn't necessarily that big of a concern, so we're fine there. Okay. Well, that's an hour. Things have changed. The galaxy is looking maybe a little more open and receptive to, you know, our growth. We got potential allies on either side of us to make ourselves even bigger. And then in that situation, you know, we're just going to be sitting in a good position. Again, though, like, we're going to be right in the middle of the alpha and beta quadrants. So, you know, eventually we're going to just wind up having enemies on all sides of us. Hopefully, we'll be able to fight them off. But yeah, we'll have to scope that out in the next episode. Let's give that a good old-fashioned savoroo. Beautiful. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.